What's up, guys? How are you? My good name is Chebby, and this is my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe and press notification bell so that anytime I get to upload any new video, you got to be among my notification gang. Guys, when you see me seated, most definitely it is Convo. I don't need to actually introduce her. Guess what? Today, guys, I am doing something I've wanted to do for the longest time. This is a conversation Lydia and I have had. So when can you do it? Okay, fine. And then finally we've made it happen. Welcome to Convo Corner, Lydia.
I am so happy to be part of Convo Corner. Let me tell you guys, I am a big fan.
I know you're a big fan.
When I walked in here, I was like, I hope that's Convo Corner. You guys are shooting because we need more of Convo Corner.
Good to see you,
Good to see you too. How are you? I'm good.
How are you doing?
I am doing good. Really?
Good, you look amazing.
Thank you, honey.
Thank
you.
So beautiful. She is, what you see on social media is exactly what she is. And today, guys, on Convo Corner, we're about to do something great. Yesterday, we asked you guys to... Thank you, Bobo. Thank you, Bobo.
Plasma, the whole hand and the whole body.
So yesterday we asked you guys to send us some questions you'd like us to discuss, and thank you so much for sending them over. First thing we will be doing is answering those questions right away. We'll do it in the best way we can, right?
Yeah.
Sisi walimu.
No,
we'll do it according to us.
We'll just do it how we want. And you guys, some of the questions you sent were a bit spicy, especially on Millie's. For the people who are on my page, you guys, you watched, you are very careful. But on Millie's, that's when you went to ask her my questions. We see you, my good people, we see you.
I know. I'll say hi to my people, Kwanzaa, by the way.
I love being, I love Convo Corner, so I feel so honored to be here. As Millie said, this is something we've been wanting to do for so long. We're saying, oh, let's do this, let's do this. But finally, we've been able to make it happen. So thank you so much for having me. And guys, subscribe. How have you not subscribed, please? How are you watching right now and you have not subscribed? It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, my name is Lydia KM. I'm a content creator and a podcaster. My podcast...
The
award-winning podcast.
Podcast in Nairobi, in East Africa, by the way.
Good job. My podcast KE. Please follow it. I'm one half of it with my good friend and queen of Instagram, Morugi Munyi. And yeah, so that's what I do. And I love great content. I love working with other creators. So thank you so much for having me. Let me say something about Millie. So I met Millie. The first time I met her, I was just like, her energy just feels so good. Even just watching your stories. And to be honest, what guides me about people is energy. So I started liking your energy just from watching you and watching your stories. And then I met you and she's the same. What you see on Instagram, you're exactly the same. So thank you for having me,
I know every time we get to meet at work, most of the time we do meet at work, we just ooze.
It's just
some good energy. Yeah, and you're amazing too. Good to see you.
Thank
you. To see you glowing.
I'm glowing.
Good to see you keep fighting. Good to see you. I am here.
I am here.
I am here.
I am here.
Good to see you. So straight into the questions. You go first because you're the visitor.
Oh, thank you very much. So the first question is, when and how did we meet? And first of all, Millie got this wrong already. By the way, Abuji Semesai, she got it wrong. So did Terence. Terence said it was Jumia.
We met at Jumia.
No.
I thought we met at work.
It's so heartbreaking.
Guys, how we met. It's so
this
funny.
is how we met. I was shooting a movie, and the producer, I believe, is one of your friends. So they had asked for their space, their home. They have a beautiful home, and I was playing Mila's mom.
Imagine.
In the movie.
Mila, my daughter.
Yes, Mila, her daughter, was playing my daughter in the movie. And because we're using their space, that's how I met them. But it was just like a very short, hi-bye kind of conversation.
I actually gave you guys space to shoot, remember?
You did, yes.
I was not actually bothered. I was like, wameniomba space. Because I know content creators are takangi distraction.
Yeah.
I'm one, so when you guys came in, I was like, you guys do your thing. When you were done, she was done. She's told me we met that time, and I'm like, was it you?
It was me.
Was it you?
It was me.
Yeah. I'm glad I hosted you at my place.
I know. Oh, how
The first-
interesting.
I know, right?
I saw you as well. Sorry, Terrence was outside of the house. I think he was coming in or getting out. That's how I saw him. So I guess technically me and Terrence met at Jumia, but me and you did meet then at your house. So but then officially it was at the Jumia event last year. Yeah, so almost a year
Nice to
ago.
meet you.
Yeah,
and for we've met several now after that.
yeah, we've met quite a few times after that. Yeah.
Imagine that's how we met. I wouldn't have remembered a thing. I wouldn't have thought it was you.
And I knew you didn't. I knew you didn't, so I couldn't wait. When I saw this question, I was like, let me see if she's going to remember.
Nice. So the next question. Let's go. We love you. Where is it? Oh, good. So are you planning to start a channel? I think that was for you.
Yes. That's something which I'm planning on, and people have just been asking for this for so long, and I'm actually in the process of planning some content, because if I start, I want to be very consistent. So I'm planning some content so I can shoot in advance. But yes, I am definitely planning to have a YouTube channel.
Big up. I'll support you. Anything you will need. I know when you go your way. When right now in podcast, you're with Murugi, so it's so easy. But I know when you start your channel, you'll actually need people to support you. I'm here 100%. 100%. Anything you'll feel it suits me, or you need me to be on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We
planned this date here. We planned this date, she said. Yeah, thank you so much.
And you can use this space anytime you want to.
Oh yeah, and this place is so beautiful, by the way.
We're actually shooting at Tobriana Hotel. You guys know Hotel Tobriana. Here at Ridgeways, muneza kuja for your weddings, your birthdays. They have food, they have a swimming pool, everything that you need for a hotel.
And I'm so sad that, as in, I wish I didn't have any other plans, because
Friday.
The Friday would have Friday. The Friday would have Friday. But anyway, another time.
Good. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Do it soon.
Huh?
Do it soon.
Yes, I want to start in November. Yeah. Okay, so somebody had asked, what is it like having friends in different stages of life? So you're married, you have a baby, I'm single. What is it like?
You're single, I'm not single. No, I'm getting used to it now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Because I was doing all kinds of loving, and now imepasuka. So now I'm single. You're getting used to it.
I'm getting used to it.
Yeah, now I'm used to it. Now it feels like, oh wow, because single.
So in
Back
friendship, I'm one very intentional friend myself.
Same.
Quite an intentional friend. And Terrence has taught me something. He's taught me to divide friends. Categorize friends. So that you don't get hurt.
Yeah.
I'm an expectant friend. Minule, as much as I am an intentional friend, I feel like it would be really nice if you are my friend, pia wewe uko intentional. Ndio nisikuwe expectant, alafu nisikie vibaya. Terrence has taught me something with friendship. All through. One, categorize. Mabeshte wadunda. Kama saidi Friday. Please, ni nani huyo nafaa kupigia? Mabeshte wa, I need 100,000. ASAP. Na unajua huyo ata come through for you. Mabeshte wa, please, outside the country, I need you to go see Mila. She's not feeling well. Please pick her, and with that, you'll never be disappointed.
I agree.
But if you take friendship, which I used to do a lot, I used to take friendship, mina kupea yote, so mina expect, pia we nirudishie, please.
Yeah.
Kabisa.
And then it doesn't work that way.
Then it doesn't work that way. I've noticed, I've realized it doesn't work that way. If you do that, you'll get disappointed every time because of expectations.
So I don't know if I categorize in that way, but I do categorize like, these are my close friends. These are the people who I would pick up their call at 3 in the morning and leave everything, and I know they'll do the same for me. When I turned 30, I'm 31 years old. When I turned 30, I wrote a list of the friends who I would pick up their call at 3 in the morning, and they would do that for me. Then everyone else, my expectations are next to nothing. But I go hard for them. And because I've categorized them based on what I've seen about who they are, then now it's easy. So I think it's good. Well, whichever way you want to do it, but it's like that. You have to separate. Because now if everyone is your friend, You expect people to be there for you when your child is sick, when it's time to come through for you. They're not there.
They're not
but
there.
For me, even like, let's say now, when I was going through my breakup, there are people who had the intention to call me, see how I am, or whether to check in on me. You know, then there's some other friends who are like 24/7 calling. Kina Morugi, my God, they went through it. So it's like I categorize based on closeness, which makes sense. Yeah.
Something really caught my eye recently when someone asked you if you guys have ever had a scratch with Murugi, and you were like, no, since you guys started working together.
No.
And I'm like, that's such a beautiful friendship.
Yeah.
Like, I would want to, I know as we grow, when we were young, we do a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
And maybe we were not so good friends, but I'm at a stage in my life, like, I feel friendship in 30s should be very different.
Oh my God, please, yes. Can you imagine you and Jackie having a fight over something you'd have? Why? To be honest, if you think about it, have you and Jackie ever had a fight post 30?
No.
Exactly.
No.
So me and Joe have met like nearing our 30s. That's so why it's a lot easier. Yeah.
Right. So I hope you've answered that question well.
Yeah, I think we definitely have. Oh no, we have not. Having friends in different stages.
So good. If you categorize in different stages, it will still work.
Oh, okay. All right, me, the way that I do it, it doesn't matter to me if somebody is married or with kids, but my friends who are married with kids, personally, I give more leeway on not being available to me. Far more leeway, right? Because like Joe is like, let's say I'm using Joe as an example.
Because
she's married, she's got 3 kids, she's got a business. I expect that there's a different expectation, whereas some of my friends is like I can call them and we can speak on the phone for 3 hours.
Exactly.
Joe may be an hour at most.
An hour.
You know, an hour at most, especially if if it's an expected call because of other things that she has to do, and maybe she's at home, her kids are there, they're tagging on her. It's very different than when somebody is single. I don't think there's a difference in how I'll treat you, but as far as expectations, they're different.
Good.
I won't call my married and with my married friend who has 3 kids at 3 in the morning. I won't even call them past 11 maybe. No matter what the emergency is, I just probably wouldn't. It would have to be life and death for me to do that, just because of the boundaries you have. She's probably with her man or whatever. Even my friends who have boyfriends or I know they're like that, I tend to be observant around those times. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Total sense. I agree. For dating when married, I don't know if should we share friends? Like Chance and I share friends. He brings a new friend.
Yeah.
Me and him.
I think that makes sense.
It makes sense, right? Is it okay?
I feel like almost always the closer you are with your man, the more likely you are that the new people who come in or the new friends are ours. These are ours. What's yours is mine. They didn't say that. That's not what you guys said.
They said. And 2 shall become 1.
There you go.
So when we are 1, if a new friend comes, he's our friend.
Yeah, I think so.
When he buys gifts for you, brother, he should know.
There's another one. I get it. I feel like it's the most natural thing in the world. Yeah.
Good. Next question is, what quality do you want to nurture more of yourself?
Oh, that's a beautiful question. I love that.
What quality do you want
one of the things I admire most about myself is that I'm open, and I want to nurture that. I want to nurture that energy, to be more intentionally open, to be more observant about, like, you know, what's important to be open about and what's not, because I feel like openness also needs some restrictions. But I really want to nurture my openness to be able to be more intentional about it.
Yeah.
What about you?
What do I want to nurture? I want to be serious. I'm serious. I want to start something, or when I have a dream, I want to just, you see, like the way I've been looking for you for the longest time for us to shoot this. I would have done it way back.
Right, okay.
You know, you get?
To be more like when you see you're going to do something, follow through. You want to have more follow through.
I want to have more follow through.
Yeah.
I think I would be the greatest.
I get your point.
Every time I want to start a business, I know I have the following.
Yeah.
I know I can employ someone who's good.
Yeah.
I know something just happens.
That's so interesting. When were you born?
January.
January what?
January 18th.
That's so interesting, because that's kind of similar to me, but maybe for different reasons. But I do see that God has blessed me with enough ideas. It's not the idea. It's not the idea. It's not the platforms. They're there.
Do you know how many people tell me, you know, you can do this.
Yeah.
I admire Jo every day.
Yeah.
I look at her and I'm like, can I just be you for a day?
Yeah.
I just get to...
What's stopping you? Just the follow through peke.
Only.
Yeah.
Only.
There you go. We are holding you to
right?
it. By this time next year, you have a thriving
Amen.
business.
Amen.
Shasema.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
In Jesus' name.
What's my next question? Why, this is somebody who sent this. Why is it so hard for me as a firstborn girl to date a lastborn man? I'm about to be heartbroken right now. There's somebody who's asking your opinion about this.
Firstborn.
You are a first?
Firstborn girl.
Yeah? And Terrence?
Firstborns. He's a lastborn. Oh my God. Let me tell you something minor. Firstborns are, I think we are deputy parents.
We're headstrong. Definitely deputy parents.
We're deputy parents.
I'm a firstborn as well.
And you're firstborn? And this other side is the opposite.
Oh my God.
They're the babies.
Oh,
so
please.
why is it hard? Is because I know we grew and nitoto kabisa. Like me.
Lastborns are treated like that.
So it's not hard. It's you to be intentional about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I accepted.
You accepted.
Have 2 babies in my house. Period.
That's interesting.
Period. I just accepted that because there are other sides they have strength in.
Yeah.
You get?
I get
so
it.
if you focus on this side of Akia, my lastborn, you might lose a beautiful relationship.
Nice.
You get?
Okay.
And for me, it's been 10 years. It was not easy. First 5 years was crazy.
Yeah.
Because one, Terrence was a lastborn. We didn't have parents. We lived in a children's home. So everything was huge. Everything was for me. This other side, I am a responsible firstborn.
Right.
I saw everything my mom do. I knew how to plan myself. I know that I have to do something to complete. Everything is on me. And this other side, lastborns, I think we do so much for them.
Yeah.
We do most of the things for them.
Yeah.
So it's not hard. Be intentional about it.
Yeah.
Don't lose it.
I would say it's hard.
It's hard.
But I would say that there's obviously success stories and there's many people who are like that. And it's not every single lastborn that is like a child who needs to be taken care of. And it's not every
show me one who's not.
Yeah, I actually know one. I don't know if she's comfortable saying this, but one of my friends is married to a lastborn and he's incredibly responsible. Wow. He's a provider, he's a protector, he's a great, like, mature person. Nothing like a lastborn, but he is one. Yeah. I have dated a lastborn before, and I've dated the lastborn boy. The lastborn boy. It's very different. A lastborn boy and a lastborn girl.
It's different.
Oh, it's very. Continue kissing your teeth. It's definitely different. And I am a proper firstborn. I am a headstrong, very kind of intense energy kind of firstborn. So then anyone who's too much like a lastborn, However, firstborn are firstborn.
It's hard.
Hey! Who's selling who what?
I know.
Who's selling who what?
That's how
you're the deputy parent.
Yes.
Me, I'm a deputy parent. Who's parenting the other?
Jesus. I wouldn't want that. I think it's too hard. It's tough.
Hey, that one needs navigating as well. That one needs navigating as well.
And a lot of therapy.
And therapy as well. And especially if you're both typical firstborns. But if one of you is a bit more relaxed, it's fine.
Are there relaxed lastborns? Or those who are born in a...
There's someone who I dated who is a firstborn and he's very relaxed. He's not intense at all. Not at all. So some people are like that. But I think it's because he was a firstborn and then there was like a big gap. So he was independent. I think he was independent. That's the word, independent. So yeah, it is hard because the way you both have been raised are like kind of polar opposites, and especially if you're the girl, you have more of like some leadership qualities. I'm not saying this is for everyone, guys. There are definitely many exceptions, but the stereotype is that most firstborns have those leadership qualities, those planners.
I feel like it's because our parents just
gave us
exactly.
Yes, but since there's some other firstborns who don't, that's what I'm saying. That's the stereotype. But then the stereotype of lastborns is that they expect to be taken care of. They're not like they're not as serious. They're not as organized. So usually the dynamic might be a bit tricky in that way. Yeah. So I think that's why it can be hard. but it's not impossible.
Would you say it's not impossible?
It's not impossible.
But it needs a lot of accepting, like,
and flexibility.
Yes, flexibility.
That's the word.
Flexibility and overlooking.
Oh yeah.
Overlooking.
Okay, what are we overlooking?
Overlooking, like, does he have other strengths?
Also overlooking the bad, like
yes,
this, yeah.
and the good.
Yeah,
exactly.
and depends on what you're overlooking, because
I agree.
You've got to figure out what you're
agree.
overlooking.
I agree. Is me right?
Yeah.
Have you ever broken up with a friend?
Yes, I have.
How was
many. Breaking up with friends usually, for me, it's a point where there's no way out. So what tends to happen, I don't know if this is true for everyone, but what I realize is that after you end a relationship, especially let's say it's a toxic relationship, you might find that those dynamics you had there, you have in some friendships. And once you've overcome this and you've healed from this and you're now stronger from this, those relationships can't work. So you find, let's say, if you are a people pleaser in your relationship, if you are the one who was being used in your relationship, you will find that there's probably other friendships where you had that same dynamic, because really it's a character thing when you're like that. So then when you do kind of, become independent from this kind of relationship, you look around and some of those friendships don't work. So for me to end a friendship is usually like, despite the love that's here, it's not making any sense anymore, because if I tell you no, where hautaki kusikia.
Okay.
So what's going to happen? Either I continue saying yes to you, or me and you keep having a fight, because you still want to be the person who's using me, the person who I'm a people pleaser too. Since you don't like my boundaries, I prefer we just don't have a fight about it. And I'm a very open person. So if I find someone who's open, takwambia, these are the dynamics I had here, and I really don't like that this is what's happening here. Can we shift things this way, blah, 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 blah. But if you're not an open person, you're passive aggressive, you keep things quiet, we can't have that conversation. So sometimes it's just better to let it go. And sometimes when you grow, you look at someone or you look at a friendship and it just doesn't make any sense. Not because me, I'm perfect at all, but just because it just no longer makes sense. It no longer makes sense for me, So yeah, I've done it. Some of them have felt like actual heartbreaks, and others have felt like
it's okay.
It's part of growing up.
Oh, it's a season.
It was a season. It was great, and it's just no longer making sense now.
So I'm the queen of believing that season is gone.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like if you came into my life and now you feel like I feel like now it's time for us to go apart.
Yeah.
I never talk about it.
Really?
Aki, I never talk about it. I'm the queen of running away. Peace.
No, guys, I'm trying to get her to therapy. This doesn't sound right. This doesn't sound right. Why are you running?
I don't like confrontations.
Oh, dear. I mean, I don't blame you. I get that.
And I got one friend who was it a confrontation? I went silent, and it was because something happened, and she called me, and I felt so good after that. I was like, kumbe, it's possible not to drop a friend.
Yeah.
It's possible for us to just talk and say, I mean, it's kusikia poa hivi.
Oh yeah.
Ulifanya hivi na hivi na hivi. Lydia, me, if there's a scratch, me, I'll never ask you. I'll never talk about it. We will never talk. I'll never call you Aki.
Really?
Yes.
For me, it would depend. If someone who I'm just willing to let go, like if I see you're acting a bit funny, and then I just feel like I don't care about this relationship, I'll just let it die like that.
Even if I want it.
But
there's one I lost.
Really?
Early this year. And I was okay. Like, I was not okay myself, but I was okay not to ask, not to question, not to reach out.
Yeah.
That's me. I don't know if it's a bad thing, right?
Me, these 10 friends or these however many friends who I said like I would wake up at 3 in the morning to go to their house. That one I will come to your house. I will come to your house and ask you, what is this that's so big between us that we can't make this work? Oh yeah, me, I'm willing to work on friendship because we work for it. If Terence tomorrow said he stopped talking to you,
I'll go look for him. I'll actually track him. I'll call CID to know where he is.
Exactly. So then with friendships, if it's a serious, genuine friendship, I am willing to be the humble one. I'm willing to be the one who comes and just tries to figure things out. Let's do it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I need to learn.
For real. Let's say something maybe as simple. Let's say you're, because I feel like you're an open energy.
Yeah.
Despite you saying that you're feeling like you don't like confrontation, you're an open energy.
Yes.
Let's say
if you started, if you're my friend and we're having maybe something, and you started the conversation, I would be very open to it.
See, now I know something like that. Yes. Even see how we are now. If let's say I meet you somewhere and then I'm like, hi Millie, and then you're quiet. I would be like, hi Millie, what's going on?
Are you serious?
Yeah. It depends on what, like, especially if you're an open energy, I would ask the question, like, what's going on? Like, especially if I meet you to your face there and you're just like, and before it wasn't like that. So you'll just be like, hey, maybe have I offended you? Because maybe I did something unintentionally. I always give room for the fact that I'm a human being. Maybe I said something that was taken in a wrong way, or I offended you, or offended your husband, and I didn't know. So then I would like to know.
I'm learning.
You're learning? Yeah. Okay, learning
Kabisa,
is all we can do. Kabisa. Learning is all we can do.
Kabisa, that's good.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so this is one. That was your question.
Yeah, that was my question. Okay,
so this is a question. Lydia, I've already pre-screened this question for Millie. Would you like Millie forgive cheating, and what are her reasons and what are yours? So let's start with what are your reasons
for forgiving cheating. Yeah. One. It's a marriage.
Yeah.
Where am I going? Where are you going? Where am I going? Two. Yeah. Again, I always try and look at the positive than the negative.
Yeah.
So it has happened to me. They know. These followers of mine know. It has happened to me, and everyone that time told me to leave.
Yeah.
Everyone told me you're pretty. Everyone told me you can do it with Mila alone. For me, I overlooked. I wrote down all the years I had been with Terence and what we had gone through and what he's done for me, all the positives and the negatives. I got like 3 negatives and 100 and something positives.
Yeah.
That's how I would forgive.
Yeah.
But I would not forgive if repeated.
Okay.
In marriage.
Yeah.
Reason is there's so much you lose when you leave, when you break, when you decide to divorce. So much.
Yeah.
So much. One, Terence and I had invested. 2, not only investing in material things, even in our own emotions.
Yeah.
How would I just throw down a whole 7 years that we had built?
Yeah.
So, for me, I would forgive. I forgave.
Yeah.
That was his last chance.
Yeah.
If he did it again, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, this is something which my mind is very different about now. My therapist says that people are what they consistently do, right? So somebody isn't what they did once. For example, you know my energy, or how you say you know my energy. Then one day you meet me and it's just weird. Am I that, or am I what I've always been?
You are what you've always been.
Yeah. So I can see why people do forgive cheating. Another thing is why I wouldn't forgive cheating in this stage of my life. Reason is I'm not married. Is because the biggest value in a relationship, not a marriage, a relationship for me is honesty, is fidelity, is loyalty. Those are very big values to me. However, when you're married, when you have kids, the bigger values there are family. The bigger values are our sense of togetherness. The bigger values are our history. So where there's an opposing value that's bigger to me than fidelity, then I'm willing to overlook it. But then in a relationship, what else is top? What else is top? If you're not managing to be consistent, to be faithful.
The relationship should be top.
Yeah, as in at that time you're feeling like, you know, I'm the babe of the world. You know, we're still young. You haven't even explored all parts of my body yet. Allah? And you're already going to explore Susan. Kujamaliza apa. So then to me, I think in relationships, I feel it's important to really have that consistency, because we are building the view we have of each other. We are building what we expect of each other. So if I'm expecting that in a relationship, almost always you're showing me what I should expect even later on. But I completely understand where you're coming from as well.
But true, if I was dating, I don't think it would
be different. Yeah.
Because I want to believe what people always say is, at once a cheat, forever a cheat.
Yeah. But that's not true. We just said that that's not true.
Right?
It's not true at all. It's not true at all. But I feel like...
But if you are married and he cheats, would you leave?
See, that's it. There's a stronger value value there. Marriage is a really good, family is a stronger value to me. Actually, family is probably one of the most important things to me. So then that will be, there will be a competing value there. So then that's a situation to discuss. And also I feel like, number one, there's some things like if someone is cheating on with your sister, if somebody is doing it with like, you know, disgrace and shame and humiliation, there are a lot of other things to consider, not just marriage. So there's a way. True, so those are my views.
And I know there's so many questions you guys ask, but last one, what makes you anxious?
Anxiety is really a stronger focus on the future than the present moment. So for me, what makes me anxious is feeling like where I stand right now, I'm not able to create the future that I want. So that gives me anxiety. But sometimes there's some things you just have to give up to God. Because let's say right now I'm single. How do I know I can create a marriage and children? How do I know? I don't know. So sometimes I'm learning what I can control, I do. And the way I can control is just making sure that I'm working on myself and learning more about myself to be someone who can be a good wife and a good mom. But that's it. You in Guinea, it's God. So if it's something like work, collaborate with Millie. Make sure you go to the shoot and create your content. So what I can control, I do. What I can't, I just leave it. But yeah, that makes me anxious to think like, oh no, like maybe I can't create the life that I want for myself. Yeah.
I would say the same, fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown. And sometimes I get anxiety attacks.
Really? I've had one before.
You've had one before?
I've had one
even
before in my life.
During your breakup, you did not get anxiety?
No.
Are you serious?
I keep telling you about therapy, Millie.
Now I get it. That's so good. You know, every time you meet people, you get to know different things. I always thought therapy is for someone who's sick, needs to see a doctor, someone who's depressed, need to see a therapist. But now I'm getting to learn from you that no, it's okay to just go. Kama unaendanga check up ya mwili, unaendanga check up ya meno, you just still need to.
It's true. Because you know the reason why you're attracted to Terrence, there's a reason behind that, but you probably don't know. You think it's surface level. But who we attract is based on a lot of the things that we were taught as children, the things that we saw, the dynamics with our parents, the relationship our parents have, so much. So therapy allows you to understand yourself so that you can move forward with more intention. You know? So
Perfect. Guys, get to meet different people. You get to interact with different people. You learn so much. Any last question there before we play a game? I have interesting questions. What's one thing in your life that you're struggling with right now?
If you had asked me this, if you had asked me this maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, it would have been automatic. I was going through a breakup, the emotions, the sadness, the grief. That is what I was struggling with the most. Right in this moment, funny enough, oh my God, I know I'm struggling to think about something I'm struggling with, but to be honest, because I found a really
good balance.
I've processed the emotions of my breakup. I'm completely at ease now. Now I'm just kind of now into my new life and creating it. Really?
Remember I texted you?
Yeah, she even called me, by the way. You called me, Millie. Do you know how nice that is? Everyone who made a point to call me or step out of Instagram to message me, they're in my list, the back of my mind, because that matters to me. That matters to me. First of all, thank you so much for doing that. I told you I was just so touched, honestly. So I guess maybe right now what I would say I'm struggling with is creating this new life after having one with someone else, right? Because it's going to take some adjustment. It's going to take some newness. So many things. I'm pretty sure you probably have come to the shoot with me.
Well.
Yeah, I'm doing a great job, honestly, but that's the adjustment. You know, the starting over part. Yeah. What about you?
What am I struggling with? My God, what am I struggling with?
Your life is pretty at an ace right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thank God for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I don't take it for granted.
But though it's okay to say you're not struggling with anything, it's okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Is it?
It is. If you're not struggling with anything, we thank God. Why is it every day Mashida, Allah? If you're not, you're not. It's good.
Ooh, nice. Okay, fine. Right now, I can't think of anything that I'm struggling with.
Yeah.
But I thank God for that.
We thank God for that. Yes,
Yes,
amen. It feels good to meet people who are good. And I like being around your energy. It feels good. It feels warm. So I've really enjoyed
You've told
this.
me that a million times. You know that?
All the time, yeah?
You know that?
That I tell you that all the
Every
time.
we meet, you tell me that.
She
Oh my God, I
honestly
just
does.
feel like you are.
Your energy, just
so amazing.
she's got beautiful,
You're
beautiful
so
energy.
thank
So
you.
thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate you, and I feel so good, guys.
Abisa.
See you on the next video.
See you on the next one, guys. So until the next one, guys, it is adios. Bye.